Today I'm going to show you a very easy way to harvest pears and several ways to can them, store them, cook them, use them, keep them for use throughout the year. Pears are a very good crop, at least here they produce very abundantly, and these trees are only, a couple of years old. I'd say about less than 10 years old, and they're all producing a lot. So it's really good to be able to have something that produces a lot and produces quick, and that you can use for a lot of different things. You can bake with pears, you can can them whole, you can use them for pies, you can make fruit leather, you can make preserves, you can make pear butter, you can make pear sauce. So, and I'm going to show you how to make most of those things in a bit. But first we have to harvest these pears, because with pears they don't fully become sweet until they're off the tree. So you need to go ahead and pick them when they're about ready to fall and let them sit for 2 or 3 days so that they can soften up a little bit, so that they're easier to work with and get really sweet. So here we go. Alright, basically these are your two kinds of pears. Well, there's several varieties, but this is more or less your basic. These big hard pears here, this is your canning pears. The reason you can them is because you got to cook them down, because they're pretty hard and you don't typically want to eat these, but you can eat them. They still have a good taste, but they tend to be a bit more gritty. This is a variety of eating pear. This is called a Jerusalem pear. They're very good. They're almost like an apple, and they'll get very sweet and soft enough to just eat straight like that. So with these, you're gonna eat these fresh more, as these you're gonna almost always bake them or can them because they're pretty hard, kind of like a big potato. But the thing with pears is they're full of starch, but they typically don't begin to sweeten fully until after they've fallen from the tree or been picked from the tree. So while they're on the tree, they may turn somewhat sweet, but they'll never be as good as they really are unless you pick them. So you want to go ahead and pick them and let them sit for 2 or 3 days. They'll not only get sweeter, they'll get a little softer, which will make them easier to handle. And of course, Miss Camera Hog Cookie says hello. She's got to be in every shot. All right, now she's satisfied. Another reason you want to pick them off the tree is because if you leave them on the tree too long, they can, and very often will, split before they drop. And when they drop, they'll bust open, or the ants will get in them and they won't be good by the time you find them. So you want to pick them before they're fully falling. What I typically do is I'll wait till I see a few of these falling and splitting on the ground, which I've been seeing quite a bit lately, and then you go ahead and pick them. And then you can give them a couple of days inside, which is perfect because I'm going to be out of town for the weekend, so I'll pick them today, let them sit over the weekend. When I come back, they'll be ready to can, and I'll show you how to do all that. The easiest way to pick pears is with a pear picker. This is a pear picker. Basically a basket that you catch the pears and it pulls it and drops it down in here so that you can reach way up at the tree. Now, these are actually made for the bigger canning pears, but it should work pretty well, see, for these. So if I don't get knocked out, we'll be able to harvest quite a few pears this way. So, makes it much easier. You don't have to go climbing trees quite as much, at least for the ones semi-close to the ground. So go ahead and get some of these picked. More or less raking the tree. As you can see, these trees produce a lot. This is just one small section of one small part of one of the trees, and it's really only the very bottom branches that I reach. To get the top ones, I'm going to have to either move the truck or the tractor up so that I can reach, because I'm too short, or get a ladder. So yeah, basically from more or less from maybe like 2 branches, this is what I knocked down. And this is the easiest way to harvest them. So you don't have to pick each one of them up. And then I'll move the tarp. Do it again. I don't know if you can see that, but that's pretty much full. We're gonna have a lot of pears. With the Jerusalem pears, we've been having quite a bit of them falling. Hannah, cut it out.
You want a camera's running?
Yeah.
I got a homemade salad, so let's try it out.
Hold up. Let me finish this shot. I forgot what I was saying.
In case this gun blows up, I want to get footage.
Okay, wait. I forgot what I was saying. I was making a point, and then I'll be done with this scene. Hannah, you messed me up.